Today on CCX News, a shopping center's new beginning. A massive new store opens its doors in Brooklyn Center, filling a community need. One of Brooklyn Center's largest retail buildings has a new tenant. As Kevin Miller reports, it's a grocery store with a lot to offer.
Cymbals crash, drums pound, and a dragon dances. The celebration marks a new beginning for what was once the Brooklyn Center Walmart. The retail giant shuttered its doors last April, but now a crowd gathered as a new store opens in its place. Sun Foods bought the building in December for $8.1 million.
It's been a long time. It takes about 3 to 4 months to figure out these projects. And it takes a lot of labor to involve and a lot of work to set up, make sure to do it right.
The new store is called Empire Foods.
Thank you.
And the owners are excited to show it off.
We make them to come here because we got a good price here. We got the best price in town, and we got a special discount and on sale every week, every month to support and help the neighborhood and community.
It's a huge operation. There's aisles upon aisles of groceries and housewares.
No store to compare to this store, and no size to compare the size of this store in Twin City.
Many of the offerings, like wild boar or boiled duck eggs, would be hard to find elsewhere. Brooklyn Center city officials say that's important.
Brooklyn Center is the most diverse city in the state of Minnesota, and so having a spot like this open up that's a little bit more geared culturally is significant, not just for the residents, but for the larger community in the state of Minnesota. They have a place to come to, they have a place to take advantage of, and a place that feels like home.
The store also offers bulk shopping. Wholesale boxes are stacked across half the building. With something new to offer, city officials say they're excited for the future.
We're definitely impressed. This space is over 180,000 square feet. It's not easy to fill up, and the fact that this was turned around in less than a year, stocked up, ready to go, it's remarkable.
In Brooklyn Center, Kevin Miller, CCX News.
Meanwhile, in New Hope, a grand opening that brings fresh vibrancy to a long vacant street corner.
We'll have a variety of grab-and-go food options. We have personal-sized pizzas, a lot of breakfast items like breakfast burritos, breakfast sandwiches. We also have chicken tenders, chicken sandwiches over here.
New Hope's Superstop celebrated its opening at the corner of Bass Lake Road and Winnetka Avenue. A father-son duo renovated the store over the past 9 months. The site had been vacant for more than 3 years.
Coming up here to Minnesota from Iowa, where we used to live, and renovating this gas station, getting it ready to be able to open to the public and serve the community and just provide a variety of great products, it's a dream come true.
The owners credited the city with helping them navigate taking over the site. In Maple Grove, employees of the REI store walked off the job Friday.
Oh, hey, hey! Ho, ho! Eric Archer's got to go! Hey, hey!
REI workers picketed in front of the Maple Grove store as part of a 2-day strike, protesting what they describe as unfair labor practices. The workers unionized last summer. They accused the company of taking away merit raises from unionized stores across the country, including here in Maple Grove.
So every March we get what we call our merit raise. So it's been consistent as long as I've been here. We've got some people here who've been with the company for 15 years. Every year we get a merit raise in March.
Okay.
And so this year they decided they weren't going to give that to the 9 union stores, and that's why we're on strike today.
A statement to CCX News from REI says accusations that the company is withholding pay to union bust is simply not true. REI did announce changes to merit pay this year, along with workforce reductions due to declining revenue. The CEO says the moves are the result of outdoor specialty retail experiencing 4 quarters of declines. 2 nursing homes in the Northwest Metro are among 7 in the Twin Cities facing a 1-day strike. 1-day strikes are planned on Tuesday at St. Therese Senior Living in New Hope and the Villas in Robbinsdale. Unions for nursing staff and support workers are demanding wage increases and additional retirement and health care benefits. In a statement to CCX News, the CEO of St. Therese says the nonprofit has been in negotiations with the union for more than 7 months. It's calling on union leaders to join care providers in lobbying state lawmakers to help create long-term funding solutions. And for golfers, it's an unusually early tee time. I checked out New Hope Village Golf Course, now open for the first time this season. The sweet sound of spring.
Do you have a tea time?
At New Hope Village Golf Course, where people are happy to be playing.
I'll take it. This is the rarest of the rare
winters. Oh my gosh, this is fantastic.
Marty Medley's taking the first shot of the season.
Not too often March 1st you're in a short sleeve shirt, and I'm sure we'll see plenty of people out here in shorts this weekend, so very odd.
Mark Severson manages the course. He says this year is special.
Our record opening was back in the year 2000. It was a leap year as well, and we opened on March 3rd. So we're actually breaking the record by a couple days by opening this early.
And inside the clubhouse,
New Hope Golf.
the calls just keep coming.
We open at 12 o'clock, first day.
Golfers are eager to leave the strange winter behind.
I'm really looking forward to it. It's nice to have a run of days, 3 or 4 days in a row where actually it is good golf weather.
Though the weather isn't quite certain what season it is, the golfers know it's time to wheel in and tee off.
Just come out, bring your A game, and come out and have some fun.
New Hope staff say the tee times can fill up fast on sunny weekends. Also in our area, Edinburgh USA Golf Course in Brooklyn Park opens up this weekend too.
Maple Grove had won 4 straight section titles in boys hockey. The 21-win Crimson were making the drive for 5 when they faced off in the Section 5AA final Thursday night.
The Crimson, the top seed in 5AA, meeting second-seeded Centennial, team Maple Grove beat earlier this month. The Cougars' Heath Nelson gets to the loose puck after the Crimson failed to clear, and the senior nets his 34th goal of the season on the backhand. Centennial leads 1-0 with under 5 minutes to play in the first period. 3 minutes later, Maple Grove answers. Andrew Carco sets up Lucas Bush with a great pass, and the Crimson's leading scorer ties the game up. It's 1-1 after 1. Second period, Maple Grove gets back-to-back penalties, setting up Centennial with a 5-on-3 power play. Nelson rips in his second goal of the night, and the Cougars are back in front. 58 seconds later, still on the power play, Harper Searles to Nick Carls, and he scores, and Centennial is ahead 3-1. The Crimson can't generate much offense this night, and the Cougars put the game away in the third. Harper Searles on the rush gets to the net and scores. That makes it 4-1, and Centennial goes on to win the game 5-2 to secure their first trip to state in 6 years. Maple Grove finishes the season with a 21-7 record.
The Wayzata boys hockey team ran into a familiar foe in the Section 6AA title game. Ches Moots has highlights.
A sellout crowd on hand to take on the Section 6 AA boys hockey final between Wayzata and Edina. The Trojans and Hornets split in the regular season. First period, Reese Wallen enters the O-zone, dump pass back to Britton Alstead. Quick wrister to the top right corner. Trojans take a 1-0 lead heading into the first intermission. Edina responds in a big way in the second. Bobby Cohen's shot is blocked, but the puck is loose near the crease. Mason West taps it in to even the score at 1. 4.5 minutes later, loose puck again in front of the net. Ryan Flaherty shovels it in. This time, Hornets take the lead. Wayzata trying to answer back later in the period. Eli Moldy with a point-blank shot on net, but Joe Bertram with an incredible glove save to keep it a 1-goal game. In the third, big possession here, Wayzata on a power play. Barrett Dexheimer with the steal. He goes the length of the ice, slides in, and flips in a shorthanded goal to make it 3-1. 4 minutes later, the Hornets tack on another insurance goal. Jackson Nevers to Cohen. The Hornets are headed back to the X with a 4-1 win over Wayzata. It's the third year in a row that Edina has ended the Trojan season. Wayzata caps their year with a 23-3-2 record. In Bloomington, Chaz Moots, CCX Sports.
The Totino-Grace wrestling team entered the state Class AA team tournament without a loss. Jay Wilcox has highlights from the Eagles' semifinal match.
Third seed Totino-Grace meeting number 2 Casson Manorville in the Class 2A wrestling semifinals. After 2 Comets wins to start, Jackson Ref Snyder gets it going for Grace, pinning Spencer Myers in the 121-pound match to get the Eagles on the scoreboard. At 127, Grace's Sean O'Brien counters the shot by Kimani Bent and spins round and around to get a takedown. O'Brien's 9-5 win gives the Eagles their only lead, 9-7. The Comets take over. Aiden Frederick with the double takes Austin Herbst to the mat and to his back. Frederick gets his grip settled and it leads to a pin as Casson Manorville retakes the lead for good. At 172, Dominic Mann stuffs the head and pins Colby Harrer of the Eagles to put it out of reach. Casson Manorville leads 35-12. A highlight at 2:15 for TG as Cy Cruzy breaks the state record for pins in a season with his 46th. But it's not enough as Casson Manorville hands Totino-Grace its first loss, 38-24. The Eagles tied Becker but won on a tiebreaker in the third place match. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.